Hi Rob.
Hello, Stefan.
Nice to be here in Frankfurt.
It's a pleasure to be with you. Thank you.
Yeah, very good.
In these years, work as an audio engineer. I really consider myself a musician, and this is how I mix music.
Yeah.
This is how I record music.
I know.
From the perspective and caring of the musician. So I started playing music, played professionally for many, many years, had an injury to my wrist, which drove me to the studio. Not so bad.
Not so bad.
So I've spent a life recording and doing live concerts. I've done more than 12,000 live concerts. I sure wish I would have had one of the Arthur mixers for many of those concerts.
No.
But things are moving ahead. You've done a great job with this. I wouldn't be here unless I believed in the product and in you. So it's a pleasure to be here with you. I learn a lot every time I'm with you.
Me too, absolutely.
So really a great pleasure. I think the mixers are really stupendous. But these are not the only things. I've been, as you know, I spent last week with you in Mendrisio and had a chance to try some of the other products. The ones I didn't know. I've been using the piano contact microphones for many, many years with Herbie Hancock, with many great artists. And they've worked flawlessly. I've certainly never had one break or go down, and I'm talking about thousands of concerts in and out of the box. So I had an opportunity this time really to get a chance to hear a lot of the amplifiers that you make. Extraordinarily impressive to me. This is really some serious business. I've never heard acoustic sound come out of a small amplifier that even resembles an acoustic guitar. Has nothing in common with it, so that's really incredible. Also, the magnetic guitar pickup. Being a lifelong acoustic guitar player, I was extraordinarily impressed with the magnetic pickup and the microphone system. It's just by far the best I've ever heard. So I'm going to take one of those with me, please, and enjoy it and share it. For me, really, it's all about, we're all getting to music because we love the music. So let's do the very, very best job we can, and let's give the musicians the tools they need to really do that and get the acoustics across. There's so much, I hate to say it, garbage out there, certainly for acoustic instruments. There's no question that the analog has so much more power. The way you've designed your preamps and your summing amps with the non-negative feedback. You have so much more transients, which are really the most important thing in acoustic instruments.
That makes the music.
You won't see me here talking about the Schertler products for heavy metal. Although it would probably sound great now I think about it. I don't know, but it's about the transients of acoustic instruments, from violins to mandolins to acoustic guitars.
Voice,
yeah, absolutely. So I've been, as you know, I've been involved with the Arthur since quite early. I think I got some of the early prototypes.
You were the first.
The first. Well, and I'm still here. So, you haven't made many changes. You haven't needed to. I think already you'd already thought it out very well and moved forward. I think for the musicians, if I can talk about the Arthur mixer for a few minutes, things like the instrument in channel, the yellow channel, this is fabulous for a guy who might have a Martin guitar, could have an unnamed pickup piezo source, might have a Telecaster and a Stratocaster. You can plug any guitar into this input and you have variable impedance. For those who don't know what variable impedance is, for me, I'm not thinking electrically, I'm thinking tonality. So now you have this continually variable tone control before you would ever even consider EQ. First you decide sort of how do you want that instrument to sit. So that's really fantastic. I don't know anybody else who has this in any sort of console. Comes to the mic pre's, these things are stupendously accurate. The mic pre's are fantastic. I'm sure there is no other simple mic pre in this price range that could even compare to it. So you're getting in one single channel strip, you're getting a mic pre, better mic pre than anyone else in that price range. And then you've got EQ and sending and routing and insert possibilities. It's quite insane. So I have these at home. I haven't yet had a chance to record a record with them. I'm looking forward to doing so. I'm going to do this. It's going to sound great.
I want to hear that.
I have done a number of live concerts where I've recorded taking direct out to very high sample rate digital format, which is called DSD. So I've gone out to a sampling rate of 5.6 million bits a second. It's incredibly accurate. Honestly, you can't tell. You think the band's still playing. So a great supporter of that. I think that this model sitting behind Stephan, if you might see it, which is really great for so many of the engineers these days recording in the box, trying to do stems or summing mixing. Here you have 16 channels. You have 8 sets of stereo channels that don't log, can we say log jam? You know, in a river, when it gets full of logs and the river can't move. So with this, you're eliminating the log jam that you have in digital summing. As we were talking about, if you're recording it, well, at any sample rate, if you're recording at 44,000 or 96,000, you have a serious mathematical log jam when you want to add 16 channels, all recorded at different times or more, exactly, to an output. So I think this is absolutely fabulous for guys that are based in the box. Out of the box too. As you know, we had Chick Corea's monitor engineer here the other day, Farron, and he was talking about how he would use this live for live summing. It's going to sound so much better than the mixers. You have the ability, you could run, Farron was talking about how he might run, say, keyboards in 2 here, and then run keyboards that are going into a compressor in the lower set. And then you're doing your own parallel blending constantly on faders. So I think it's fantastic. Haven't had a chance to use it in that way yet, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, Rob, thank you. I worked years on this concept about this new electronic architecture, which is really totally different to what you see on the market. Following the transient, we spoke so much about this. It's not a sinus wave, a number thing. Really music. Music is extremely dynamic. If you hear it live, you know that better than me. And this is one thing. And I think that was the longest work, the longest path to go to come to such a result. Then we saw, we are very convinced about this. We have to do it in a package, in a mixer, in a housing. And we thought it should be very special and very effective, very helpful. And so we decided to a modular mixer, not just a mixing console. And you have many of them, so you know how to put it together. And so we show to people here looking to our video that the whole mixer is made by single strips. There are 12 of them. I don't want to make all the list what you can get, you can imagine.
12 different styles of strips.
Styles of strips.
Remind me, how many can you have? Is a total number of strips in an
We are speaking about 80, 90, no problem.
80, 90, too many.
Yes, for sure.
In my opinion, already.
And just see that there is no frame, there is nothing around. The whole mixer is made just by these single strips. You can put them together. Okay, sorry.
I always think of it, and I always speak about it to people. I hope I don't get sued, but it's a Lego concept.
Yeah, it's
like
a Lego concept.
Like a Lego block, you know?
In any sequence as you want, you know, you tighten the screws, you put all together how you want it. You need 2 inputs for a guitar, you need 12 inputs for mic, whatever you want, different outputs. You need 5 outputs for different PA sections, whatever. You put 5 outputs on it. So that's the concept, and
that's really remarkable, having multiple the whole concept of the modularity is very impressive. And you know, in reality, there's many things that different people, they don't need. So here's the first time when actually you can buy only what you need. How many times have I been on a mixing desk? I've got a whole giant section of stuff. I would never use it. Well, you know what? I paid for it.
Sure.
I didn't even want it.
Sure.
So I'd rather spend my money and have some value and get exactly what I want. The fact that, I mean, there's a reality here in life and in music. So many musicians, you start out, you're playing in clubs, you're doing some little home recording. You could have as much as you can afford to begin. Then you can go out and work at a professional level. I've always been a believer, and I'm sure of this, that the better you sound, the better your sound is, you have a much greater effect on your audience emotionally. They don't even some people are going to come and say, hey, this sounds, I never heard it sound so amazing. Other people aren't going to know why, but they're going to have a good time. So you have all of this. You have the club owner wanting to hire you back because it sounds good and the people like you. So maybe you can make some money, buy a couple more channels, do your home recording.
Yeah.
You could, if you get into a little grander size mixer, you can, in 5 minutes, you can take apart what you need, put together your 4 or 6 channel outputs. You're playing a solo gig, go back home, go to sleep, next day, put them back in, get back to your recording and mixing. So really outstanding. And the weight is really almost nothing. Go try and pick up a lot of analog consoles. Get your friends. You're not doing it alone. You know, so extremely impressive stuff.
Rob, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
That we are friends.
In every
That's
way.
the most important thing. And then we can speak and know and learn.
Move into the future together.
And improve
Let's go.
in this music world where we are totally in love, and we have to go ahead together.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rob.